welcome everyone to the Geek Street where the street speaks. Once again, my name is Jazz and I have my geek buddies over here, Eric and Harbin. Say hello.
Hello, hello.
What's up, guys?
So, as usual, it's always somehow three people, not four people nowadays, but the show must go on, right? So, just say your prayers to Sean lah. Okay. So, guys, we are here to talk about Andor episode 5. Which just dropped this week. And I just want to say that, it's a filler episode. Okay. It's definitely building up into something. But I think it was a really good filler episode that focused on some of the internal developments of the characters that we see. Definitely way, way much more better than She-Hulk's filler episode. I mean, you guys don't see me for the She-Hulk recording, but yeah. So, Eric and Harbin, what do you guys think about Andor episode 5?
I think definitely a filler episode, but we can't say a filler. I mean, if you're going to have a character development episode, I don't think you should call it filler. I think it's more like an episode moving forward. You need to get to know those characters, right? So I think it was a character development arc of an episode rather than filler. But we all call it filler because for us, we'll always feel that something, because we want it to be engaging, moving forward, and story has to move forward. But sometimes we may fail to we forget the fact that we also need character development so that it's impactful for the story. So I think this was it was a very amazing episode. Yet I mean the build up towards the end, and next week is definitely going to be that. I mean, of course, we'll talk about it later, like the heist actual thing. So it's getting there, So I think it's amazing. The characters all the characters play a amazing role.
Yeah, I would partially disagree and agree with you guys. Like, I don't think this is a filler because if this episode did not happen, like the finale wouldn't be so great, because this did all the background works of a finale, and then gave us that suspense of just focusing on the finale itself. I mean, on the next episode itself. It's a good thing that they didn't combine this whole episode, because by the time we reach to the finale, I mean, by the time we reach to the scenes where they actually try to invade, I think we'll be tired or lost focus, or maybe forget about what happened in this episode. But this one, they just gave us all the background works, what's going to happen, who is who, who's doing what, and there's a potential, things to go wrong, plot twist. Maybe we will see one or two that's actually a spy or some whatnot. So I don't think this is a filler. I think they really did a good episode this time around. Of course, we didn't get much action than we expected, but I think it's really good lah. It's a really good episode, and I hope we get to see Saul Guerrera in this season itself, rather than the next. Because I think one of the mysterious person could be him lah. But yeah, let's see the finale lah. It's a finale, right? Next one.
No, I don't think so. How many episodes?
What finale? Next one? Oh,
No. It's not finale.
How many episodes? 12, right? Yeah. So it's not a finale. Yeah. So it's good. It's good. We're not getting fillers. It's good.
Okay. Now I changed my mind.
We definitely saw Guerrera by this season because he was in the trailer.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah lah. I mean, yeah, I gotta agree with you guys. It's not a filler because there was a lot of character development. So it's a good thing. Okay, so yeah, now let's jump into the breakdown of Andor episode 5. So the episode immediately opens with Cyril. He just got fired from his job because he tried to do the right thing, but it didn't work out. So he's being emo about his failure. Then he sits with his mother, who gives him the iconic blue milk. So I know blue milk is a Star Wars thing, but then it looks like people in Star Wars really love to drink their milk. I don't think you see this in any American movies. Hopefully they show some kind of blue beer or something to know that there's an adult drink as well. Of course, he's looking for a job. I think he's no more in that line of being in the security department with Primo. So he's looking for a job. And the mother says, Uncle Harlow will, find a job for you. So I tried looking up Uncle Harlow. I don't think that there's anything. Maybe it's a new character. But of course, there's Moff Harlow in Star Wars canon, but I don't think it's anyway related. So yeah, we can just skip the part. Okay, so the scene jumps to planet uh,
Aldina. Aldina.
Aldina. Yeah. They jump over to the campsite where Cassian Andor, being Clem, he's acting out as Clem, and Owl Skin, he was shirtless and he has tattoos on his body, right? So he asked Cassian, like, does he know what the tattoos mean? So one of them he says was the cried head. So cried head, it's like a barcode tattoo, and then there's also the by the hand tattoo. So I think both of these tattoos are like prison tattoos because they immediately talk about being in prison and how many years they serve and everything. And fun fact, cried head is actually the head of the cried dragon. I mean, of course, the prison just uses the name. But the cried dragon, if you want to know how the cried dragon looks like, you can always refer to Mandalorian season 2, where they, the Tuscan people killed off the cried dragon. Okay, then so this episode is very interesting because it focuses us on the development of multiple characters. So the scene sort of jumps in and out, in and out. So we go to Mon Mothma, where we see that she's distant with her daughter and husband. Of course, the husband does not support whatever cause that she's doing because he's with the empire, right? He supports the empire, but Mon Mothma does not do that. And the daughter is also
She is with the Empire, but she secretly, of course, she helps the rebellion secretly. I mean, she's more like, how to say, she's a bit of a neutral. Regardless, she's working with the Empire, but you can see she's neutral. Like she does not. Let's just say we have to go kill some kids. She'll say no. That just example. If you're going for that, so she's a neutral, but on the sideline, she's of course helping for the. But I have one question. Does any one of y'all feel that the conversation between the daughter and mother, do y'all feel clueless? I feel like the whole conversation was a bit like, okay, what's going on? Like there was no there's no essence. They're just like blabbering about something and they just like walking off.
No, it's just like sarcasm between the both of it lah. But I agree with you lah. They didn't give us any background works with the daughter, then suddenly they give us this heated conversation out of nowhere.
Yeah,
I can actually give you guys some context. I mean, according to how they were talking about it, at the end, the daughter says, it's always about you. So I think, being the daughter of a very prominent person, when your mother is there, your mother takes the spotlight, So like, because the mother wants to drop her off at school. So she say, I don't want you to send me to school because you are going to get all the attention. You're gonna cause attention, and then when the mother kept insisting her, then she says, "Oh, it's always about you. It's about you, and you're coming there just for image." The daughter will say that. So she doesn't want that. That's why she's being very distant with the mother. It's a typical rich parent, and the child doesn't want to be under the parent's shadow kind of thing.
Yeah. That's why you know lah. Okay.
My parents are ordinary people. I'm an ordinary person as well. Okay, moving on. Back to the campsite. So Nemik, the young guy being full of fire and everything. He talks about his manifesto, about what he believes in the truth and all. And at the same time, Cassian finds out that Val and the other guy, Tamarin, I think, Taramin. They don't know how much of the weight that they are going to steal, right? So he's pissed off because they never planned it properly. But somehow he still teaches them, and he knows that these people are a bunch of noobs. They're going to get themselves killed. I better help them out, So he agrees to fly the ship and everything. And then a lot of things were going on. So it might not seem like a lot of impact, but it actually gives a little bit of storyline over there. So, like for example, like Lieutenant Gorn, when they were at the garrison, he was mad that the small temple, it was not clean. I think the reason why they have to get it clean was because the next day was the celebration, right, of the eye, and where the Danis will come to celebrate. So yeah, he asked them to have it cleaned up. And then at the same time, Termin asked Cassian to impersonate Imperial soldier, because so from there we know that they're going to go infiltrate the place as Imperial soldiers. And here's the best part. It sort of gives that impression that these people are a bunch of noobs when Cassian tells them, like where they should hold their guns, who is left-handed, who is right-handed. So he is more attentive, even though he's not doing it for the cause, he's just doing it for the money, but he's very well full invested into this heist thing compared to anyone else. So that way, it sort of builds trust and shows that how a, a beneficial of a character he is in their group. And right when they were doing that, their training and everything, a TIE fighter decides to bully them, fly low and like and everything. So the TIE fighter obviously thinks that these were just the Dani
Yeah.
villagers. And then Nemik says that soon they'll see a surprise from this above is not as impactful as the surprise from below. Something is said. So we know that heisting is going to leave a huge impact
Yeah.
on the imperial forces. So at the same time, back on the planet Ferrix, we also see that finally the empire takes control of the planet's uh, doing and all. So Primo is no more overseeing it. So Belvin is setting up a base over there. And at the Imperial Bureau, Dedra and her assistant Hurt, they were going through, right? Because in the previous episode, we see that she was very obsessed with Planet Ferrix because that's where the Starpart unit was found. So she is detecting that multiple places, like for example, like the Planet Castle. Planet Castle, mentioning Castle, we know that Han Solo is very directly involved with the Castle Run. So yeah, and then Fondor and Jakku, these are all some of the planet names that have been in the Star Wars universe. And
Jakku sounds very familiar. If I'm not mistaken, it's from the
Jakku,
game also, right?
Jakku was, I think,
three.
let me say, one of the Empress. It was a destroyed empire base which he used to store all his secret documents or anything secret got to do with the Sith Lord and stuff. All he stored it there in Jakku.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Jakku is in the game.
Jakku was in,
Isn't
yeah,
Ray from Jakku?
Ah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ray
yeah.
from
Ray is from
Force
Jakku. Yeah.
Awakens. She's from Jakku. Yeah,
So it sounds so familiar.
yeah. So it's all familiar planets that we hear of, lah. And so at the same time, this the small rebellion team, they start going on a trip to the garrison, and then Val tells Cassian about how Gorn, being a lieutenant for the Imperial, is aiding the rebellion. So she mentions that he's emo because of love, because he loved a woman, a Dani woman, and he lost her because of the Empire, and that's why he wants to take revenge. So you can see everyone has a cause except for Cassian. He doesn't have a cause, like I said, again for the money. But I think this is a good focus on character development also, because Cassian actually has a cause. He's been through a lot. It's just that he's in a denial state where he's like, I don't need anybody. I don't need you. I'm not going to fight for anyone. I'm just going to fend for myself. So the story is going to build where he's going to realize that, oh, I want to do this. I'm going to save everyone.
No, but
Those
his character is very much like that. So even if you watch in Rogue One, in the beginning of Rogue One, he was like, I'm gonna go solo, and he does his mission all alone.
Mm-hmm.
So his character is like that. It's just that now maybe after this we will see that he's actually not in it for the money. He does wants to take the Empire down, but he has to do it alone. That's
Like
That's his
Batman.
style, yeah, like Batman. Yeah.
But he still has important cause. If you all remember, he once went for his sister.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
His
yeah,
sister
his
too.
sister. I
Let's not
forgot
forget his
about
sister.
Yes, please, yes.
okay, yeah, he's looking for his sister. And then we see Lieutenant Gorn telling two officers in the underground to paint something, and then they say that they also want to witness the eye. So it kind of shows that even though they're Imperial officers, they're not really cold-hearted. They're just doing their job. They also want to witness these kind of things, but they don't know what's the bomb that's going to hit them when they're witnessing this event the next
Yeah,
day. And but then throughout their trip towards the garrison, Cassian sort of blew his cover because he was wearing the kyber crystal, and then what's his name again? Skin.
Skin.
Yeah, Skin. He found out that he's wearing the kyber crystal, so there was a little bit of distrust, and the exchange of dialogues that they had. It was really quite cool. Like I think it was very
Yeah.
impactful when Cassian says that because Skin asked him, right, like I are you afraid? You're afraid. Then Cassian says yes, that there's something called being afraid, and there's something called losing your nerve.
yeah,
So don't blame me for you losing your nerve and everything. So it was really cool that argument that they have. And right after that, they were camping, and then Skin shares about his brother's death. So he revealed his cause. So one by one, they like each person is revealing why they are doing this. Why they are in this cause. So probably Skin is very vigilant over people on who to trust because he lost people that he loved. But just his way of saying that he's sorry. And then we also, at the end of the episode, we see that Cyril is not only looking for another job with Uncle Harlow, but he's still obsessed with Cassian. So we know that his story didn't just end there. He's gonna go rogue. He's
yeah,
no more going by framework. He's going rogue. So he's not going by the law. He's probably going to cause more destruction because he's in a very depressed state right now because he got no um, future, that he sees for himself. Like the mother asked him, do you have a future prospect? He doesn't have a prospect. So I think his prospect is to kill Cassian and Andor because he ruined his life, that kind
yeah,
of thing. Then, of course, at the end, they also show Luton. Uh, being very anxious, listening to the transmitter to listen to any news, and he's having second thoughts like maybe I shouldn't have hired this guy. This guy is going
yeah,
to mess everything up. But I guess it's a thing about Cassian showing that he can pull this thing off, and that's when everyone will trust him, and then he's going to go deeper and deeper into the rebellion, and he's going to, be a very prominent character in the rebellion.
yeah.
Yeah, basically that's the breakdown for episode 5. Of course, there were so many things that we could talk about character development and everything, but a lot of things are going on, so we don't want to go too much into it. There's still the next episode. Hopefully, that's when they pull off the heist. I think it's going to be an exciting thing to see how they pull it off, and I'm really excited to see that event, that eye event. They see like meteor shower and everything. I think yeah, the next episode is going to be exciting. So make sure to catch that episode before jumping into our next breakdown. And also, if we miss out anything, maybe there are some Easter eggs that were really notable, but then I missed it out. You can always leave it in the comments below, and we'll give you guys a shout out. And we'll be really grateful about that, because we want to expand our Star Wars lore. So yeah, that's exciting. Make sure to like and subscribe our YouTube channel, The Geek Street, and also follow us on thegeekstreet.my in Instagram and Facebook. Um, to keep up to date with whatever that we are posting, and also when our new videos are dropping. And also, you can check out the link in the description below to our Discord community, where we basically talk everything right now Star Wars and Marvel. But then when there's future new movies come out, we're going to be talking about that. You guys can come and join in. You guys can talk about any movies that you like. I'll be happy because I love movies as well. And yeah, we're excited, to have you guys in our community. So yeah, I think I spoke a lot. Harvin and Eric, is there anything that you guys want to say?
All good.
No, yeah,
All
all good.
good.
We just
All
can't wait for
good.
episode 5 of Andor.
6.
6.
6, sorry, 6. We're going
Yeah,
so
this
fast.
is episode.
We're going halfway through.
Yeah,
Episode
halfway
6 of
through already. So yeah, till then, till episode 6, we'll see you guys. This is the Geek Street, and the street has spoken. Good night and bye bye.
Ciao, guys.
Ciao.